Hey class, so today's lesson is on working with exponents. So starting at the top here, a power is a product of identical factors and consists of two parts. So one part is the base and the other is the exponent. So right here, this 2 is the base. And that means that this 4 up here is the exponent. Okay, so the first one, it says the base is the identical factor, and the exponent tells how many factors there are. So for example, 2 to the exponent 4, just like we did up here. So this right here is called exponential form, okay? Then we go into expanded form. So because the base is 2, it tells us that we want to multiply 2 by itself 4 times. So it would look like this: 2 times 2 times 2 times 2. Okay, so our base is 2, and we did it 4 times. 1, 2, 3, and 4. The last part is evaluate. Okay, so on this calculator right here, we could do 2 times 2 times 2 times 2, and that would give us 16. So evaluating would give us an answer of 16. Okay, so over here, this is scientific calculators. The calculator I just showed you is just the computer one, and it doesn't have scientific notation. But these are different ways. So this right here, some calculators say that, or this, or this, or this, or this, or this. Okay, so anything to an exponent that's unknown, like that's a y, that's an x, that's a y, okay, that means you can put your exponent in there. So if you're an exponent 5 or a 6 or a -2, okay, you can figure those all out. This right here, you would hit this button to get your exponent. So you might say 2, and then you would hit this arrow, and then you would put in a 4 to do this expression. Okay, so they're all different. Next, this is an example. It says identify the base and the exponent of each power, then evaluate using a calculator. So the first one, we look here. Our base is 5. Okay, our exponent, this little guy actually should be up higher. That's my mistake, so sorry. That should be up higher, but the exponent is a 3. And then if we were to evaluate it, your calculator, you could do 5 exponent 3. I have to do this 5 times 5 times 5, and that gives us 125. Okay, the next one, the base. So because it's all in a bracket, that means our base is -3. We look here, our exponent is a 5 on the outside, so our exponent is a 5. And then this one is -3 5 times. So in your calculator, if you were to do it, -3 to the exponent 5 gives you -243. So you can try these in your calculator and see if you get the same answer as I do. Okay, now this last one, it should look like this actually. 2 exponent 3 to the 4. For some reason, when I copied it in there, it went all crazy. Okay, so this right here would be our base. So our base is 2/3. And our exponent is the 4. And then in your calculator, when you do that 4 times, you will get 16 over 81. Okay. Moving on, remember, pause and rewatch as many times as you need. This next question says, write each power in expanded form, then evaluate using a calculator. So once again, this little 5 should be up top. Okay, so it should be an exponent 5. Let me just do this. 2, and then a little 5 up there. Okay? So the expanded form would be that we are multiplying our base as many times as our exponent. So it's going to be 2 5 times. Times 2, times 2, times 2, times 2. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Good, that's our exponent 5. So in your calculator, 2 to the exponent 5 gives you 32. Next one, we have -3 to the 4. Now on the last one that we had a negative, see, it was in the brackets. If it's in the brackets, it means that that whole number is multiplied by itself 5 times. So that one would have been -3. A dot also means multiply by -3, by -3, by -3, by -3. Okay? So that one, because it's in the brackets, it means the negative is also included. This one that we're doing does not have the bracket. So what this means is that the negative stays out front, and then it's just the 3 being multiplied by itself 4 times. So it's going to be 3 times 3 times 3 times 3. Okay? So because we have the negative out front, our answer is going to be negative. And then it's 3 times 3 times 3 times 3. So in your calculator, you would get an answer of 81. So your answer is -81 because of this negative sign. Okay, so notice the difference. This one is inside the bracket. So that means it's the -3 being multiplied by itself that many times. So -3, -3, -3, -3. Okay, so when you have bracket to bracket, it means multiply as well. So we can look here. Negative times a negative is a positive. Positive times a negative gives us a negative. Negative times a negative gives us a positive. So our answer is actually positive. And then when you do in your calculator, -3 to the exponent 4, you will get the answer of positive 81. So see the difference here and then the difference here. -81 to +1 makes a big difference. Okay, so this one, bottom one, same thing. It should have been 2 over 5 to the 2. Okay, so what this means is we are multiplying 2/5 by itself 2 times. So 2/5 times 2/5. Okay, and when you multiply those, 2/5 times 2/5, you end up with 4 25ths. Okay, next, number 3, write each expression as a single power, then evaluate using a calculator. So this one, we look here, we have 6 and 6 and 6 and 6. So our power, or sorry, our base is 6, and then our power would be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So it's 6 to the exponent 7. And when you put that in your calculator, you'll get 279,936. Okay? The second one, our base is -4, or -0.4, -0.4, -0.4. So we know our base, I didn't mean to say -0.4, I meant to say 0.4. So our base is 0.4. And we have 1, 2, 3 of them. So our exponent is a 3. And in your calculator, when you do 0.4 to the exponent 3, you will get 0.064. Next one, this one looks a little weird. So it should have been 1/4 times 1/4 times 1/4. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 times. Gotta love technology. Okay, so that's what it should have looked like. Okay, so our base is obviously 1/4, And then our exponent is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, right? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Good, just want to make sure I have the same amount. And then when you put that into your calculator, you'll get, oops, wrong one, 1 over 1,024. Okay, number 5. It says, be careful. When a question has more than one power, we need to remember BEDMAS. So evaluate the following expressions using the steps to the solution. So first things first, we have 2 to the exponent 4 plus 3 to the exponent 2. So 2 to the exponent 4 gives you 16 plus 3 to the exponent 2 gives you 9. And when you add those both up, you end up with 25. The next one, think of BEDMAS. We have brackets first. So 2 plus 5 gives us 7. And then we have to put that to the exponent 2. So 7 to the exponent 2 gives you 49. I'll just circle these so you can see them. And last but not least, we have 8 to the exponent 2 divided by 2 to the exponent 4. So before we can divide those, we have to figure it out. So 8 to the exponent 2 gives you 64. And then divide it by 2 to the exponent 4 is 16. And that could also be written like this, 64 divided by 16. Okay, means the exact same thing. And then when you work it out, you will get an answer of 4. All right, and last page here, evaluate the following expressions. If x equals 2, r is 6, and m is negative 3. And once again, don't forget BEDMAS. So this one means 3. And instead of an x, we are going to plug in 2 to the exponent 4. So we're going to have a 3 outside, and then 2 to the exponent 4 gives us 16. And then at the end, 3 times 16 gives us 48. So our answer is 48. Next one. We have 4 times r squared, but instead of r, we are putting in a 6. So it's 6 squared minus, but instead of x, we are putting in minus 2. Okay, so 4 stays out front. And now we have 6 squared. 6 squared is 36. Oh man, wrong one. Minus 2. And then we have to figure out 4 times 36. So 4 times 36 gives us 144. And then take away 2 gives us 142. So I just kind of skipped one step there just because I was running out of room. And then the last one, m squared plus m. Well, m is negative 3. So I'm going to do negative 3 squared plus the next m is just negative 3 and then minus 4. So over here, negative 3 times negative 3 gives us positive 9. And then we have a positive and a negative together, so we can just rewrite it as minus 3 minus 4. Okay, and then in your calculators, you can do 9 minus 3 minus 4 gives us the answer of 2. All right. And that is it for this lesson.